All right, first and foremost, all rides are recorded for safety.
Yes, sir.
You got a 20-minute ride. You don't mind Court TV, do you?
Oh, no.
All right, fantastic. Again, I want to thank you for riding with Uber.
Tell me about your property, sir. You have a photograph of your property?
I do.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Okay. There's a couple of them here.
Miss Singleton, this incident happened when?
Christmas Day of last year, around 12:30, right before we had Christmas lunch.
Weather was okay?
Oh, it was great.
And how close do you live to Mr. Free?
I don't live anywhere near him. I actually live in Stone Mountain, but I was going to my parents' house for Christmas, so we were walking around the neighborhood. He lives almost directly behind my parents' house.
And I see that while there are driveways here, the front lawn extends all the way to the street. Is that right?
Yeah,
And you were walking both your dogs, and were they leashed or unleashed?
they were leashed.
Oh.
Yes, they were both leashed.
And Mr. Free, you sort of acknowledged that both of our dogs were unleashed.
I've only seen one dog. I didn't see two dogs, and I didn't see a child.
Okay. The dog that you saw, what kind of dog was that?
It was probably a husky, kind of like a wolf. I'm not sure.
So you saw a husky.
Correct.
Did you see the plaintiff?
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you one more time.
Okay.
Was the husky on a leash?
Yes.
The answer is either yes or no.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, if you're not sure, she says the husky was on a leash.
So I'm not going to deny that.
Okay. And your dog at the time was on your property unleashed.
My dog was on my property.
You don't pay careful attention. The dog was on your property
Correct.
unleashed
Correct.
at 12:30. And tell him to make a circle where he was and an X where he saw for the first time Miss Singleton and her dog. X where you were, just where you were, you personally. And put a circle the place where you saw Miss Singleton for the first time. Okay. So you were in the front yard,
Correct.
and that looks about 30 feet away from where you saw Miss Singleton for the first time.
If that.
From here to here.
I'd say about 20 feet. It's not as big as it looks on the picture. It's pretty small.
I would say it's about 30 feet from where you put the X. It's all the way past the house. You're at the one side of the driveway. You have an entranceway to your house.
Correct.
And then you have, is this front a living room?
Yes, it is.
A living room, which is past that. And where you made a circle, which is a very large circle, is probably 10 feet away from the edge of the house.
Yes, that's where I know.
So I said it's about 30 feet away. And now I want you to put, can I have your pink Sharpie, please? Thank you very much. I want you to use this and put in this picture where your dog was at 12:30.
To get your understanding, you want
12:30. I want you to put a mark where your dog was immediately before you saw Miss Singleton and her dog.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Great. So your dog, according to you, was right next to you, about 30 feet away from where Miss Singleton was when you saw her
To be honest
with her
with you,
dog.
he kind of moves around the yard. He doesn't sit still very much. So.
Well, you understand, Mr. Free, that even if your dog is on your property, you're supposed to maintain control of your dog all the time.
Which I
You
do.
understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand.
Yeah.
So if your dog is able to run 30 feet without being connected to you,
He didn't do
just
it.
like walk, cha-cha, tap dance, pirouetted, however he got there, your dog got 30 feet away from where you were.
Correct.
case comes down to she was walking her leashed dog. Haven't figured out whose fault it is yet. She was walking her leashed dog, and your dog ran, walked, pirouetted, cha-cha, whatever it did, to her dog, out of your control.
Discover a new non-dairy Lindor, made with oat milk, made to love you.
You got 3 days! Hey, can I call my hotline if my landlord threatens to evict me?
You bet. All right.
For just $19.95 a month, you get access to an attorney answer hotline 24/7. Make sure you have emergency shield.
Christine Singleton claims dog owner Kevin Free hopes for vet bills from a dog fight.
Now, Miss Singleton was walking with her other dog and a 3-year-old. I want you to process that into your mind. And this is a 12-month-old, which is still a puppy. You know, still a puppy, but at 80 pounds.
Your Honor, there was no 3-year-old. I didn't see the 3-year-old.
Just a second.
Okay.
I don't care what you saw while you were busy putting together something for Christmas in your front yard. If you didn't see it, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. If you didn't see it, it just means you didn't see it. She tells me she sees it. She remembers walking her 2 dogs. You only remember 1. She has 2 that she was walking 12:30 Christmas Day. The fact that you only saw 1 means you weren't paying attention to where your dog was.
Or the way.
Well, that's pretty stupid, Mr. Free.
I mean, it doesn't make
That's
sense.
pretty, that's
You carry
pretty,
2 dogs
Mr.
in a
Free,
infant
Mr.
down
Free.
a neighborhood you don't
Mr.
even belong in. I mean, you
Mr.
don't
Free,
from.
Mr. Free, they're only going to take 1 voice. They're only going to take 1 voice, and that's mine. Let me tell you why your argument is stupid. Because it doesn't make any difference whether she was walking 2 dogs, or 4 dogs, or 8 dogs. It doesn't make any difference whether she was walking with or without a 3-year-old. Ultimately, her case comes down to she was walking her leashed dog. I haven't figured out whose fault it is yet. She was walking her leashed dog, and your dog ran, walked, pirouetted, cha-cha, whatever it did, to her dog, out of your control. Was not under your control because it was not leashed. Do you understand? Now, I can take away everything else. Not that I'm going to, because I believe that you were distracted, you didn't see it, and I believe her that she was walking with her 3-year-old nephew.
Yes, ma'am.
Nephew and another dog that you didn't see. But that's not the issue in this case, whether she was with another dog, another child, or with anybody else. The issue is, whose fault is it that a dog was out of control? So, now you're going to tell me what happened at 12:30 on Christmas Day, just so that Mr. Free doesn't think that I'm picking on you, which I'm not. I know they think I am, but I'm not. You're walking with your husky
Yes, ma'am.
on a leash.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
I was working with my nephew.
No,
3 years old.
no, just listen.
Okay.
Listen to me carefully.
Okay, just walk down the street.
I
Okay.
said you're walking. I got it in my mind.
Okay.
But so Mr. Free doesn't think that I'm being unfair to him, but he doesn't remember what he saw. You're walking your husky on the street. Because your nephew didn't get hurt. Your rat terrier didn't get hurt.
That's correct.
Okay. So now you're walking your husky on the street, and
Okay, and then all of a sudden we see a dog charging towards us. And
who's we?
oh, I called me my nephew and my dog's.
No, that's just I saw.
I saw a dog charging towards us. That dog and Leon got into an altercation, and then Leon turned around to try and keep the dog in the face, and he grabbed his foot and he let go. But then,
Let's go much slower.
okay, yes, ma'am.
You saw a dog charging towards you.
Yes, ma'am. And that dog got into an altercation with
With
my
your dog. Tell me about that initial altercation.
At first, they were biting each other's muzzles.
Okay, so they were both biting each other's muzzles.
Yes.
Okay.
My dog turned around to try and, I guess,
No, don't tell me what he was trying to do. Your dog turned around.
he kicked the dog in the face.
Your dog kicked his dog in the face.
Yes, he grabbed his leg, punctured it, let it go. Leon kicked him again. This time he grabbed his other leg.
Okay, so your dog kicked that dog again.
Twice. Yes.
His dog again.
Yes, ma'am.
And
That dog that time grabbed his leg, had a good hold, and shook it immediately. And then that's when I knew his leg was broken.
No. Don't show me pictures.
Okay.
First, I have to find whose fault it is before I look at pictures and victims.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when you saw his dog charging towards you, and your dog's name is Leon,
Yes, ma'am.
on a leash,
Yes, ma'am.
on a leash, but it's a big dog.
Yes, ma'am.
How much is it weigh?
Leon, 75 pounds.
So about the same as the defendant's dog.
Yes.
And it's a senior dog.
Yes, that is correct.
Has your dog ever had a history with another dog? I'm going to say it again. Has your dog ever had a history of an altercation with another dog?
No, ma'am.
Has your dog ever had a history of an altercation with another person?
No, ma'am.
And I assume if I asked you those questions, you would give me what answer, sir?
I would say no,
You would say no because
because my dog has never had any problem with any dog.
with any dog,
Any dogs, person.
any other person. So you would acknowledge, Miss Singleton, that I'm going to show you this photograph of Mr. Free's house. And what I'd like you to do is show me where, according to you, let's get her a different color pen. Do we have a different, well, we have, that's
This is
the same.
blue.
I'd like you to make a P, to just put a P, where the dogs first made contact.
It's not on this photo.
Is it on this photo? Do you have a photo?
I do have a photo.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. Would you please?
Okay, this is his home, and this is where it happened, right underneath the tree.
Oh, so what you're saying is, where you put the P, that the dog was in the street.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Were you in the street?
I sure was.
I would like you to put a D in this picture where you say, did you see Mr. Free?
I did not until he came and retrieved his animal.
Did you see where he came from?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Did you see anything being assembled in the yard?
Once we were leaving, yes.
And what did you see?
A basketball goal.
A basketball goal.
Yes, ma'am.
And is that what you were putting together, Mr. Free?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you show me where that was, please? It was here.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Free, you're putting something together. The first thing you hear is a kerfuffle, some sort of a,
No.
what do you hear? Dogs are animals. I'm not as smart as you are, but when your dog charged out into the street, it could just as easily have gotten hit by a car. That would have been your fault. Your dog was out in a public street outside of your control, and it's a big dog, and you should be more careful.
Christine Singleton claims dog owner Kevin Free is responsible for injuries after his dog attacked her dog.
No, I actually saw my dog right across the yard.
And you saw the dog
That's
running
when
across the yard.
Normally I really don't have a
Let
problem.
me explain something to you. My job that I'm really good at is telling when people are peeing on my leg and trying to tell me it's raining.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, I could tell immediately from your body language that you were beginning to tell me a whole bunch of who shot John. So I suggest to you, Mr. Free, that if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. Now, I want to explain to you why that's so important. Did you hear Miss Singleton? Miss Singleton actually said that her dog nipped yours in the face.
Right.
She said that.
Right.
She didn't have to tell me that. She said her dog not only nipped your dog in the face, because they were fighting muzzle to muzzle, but afterwards kicked your dog twice. Do you understand? That's what she
I
said.
heard that, yeah.
That's what she said about that. That's sort of, that's sort of surprising. That would seem to someone
Surprised me
like
that
a
dogs can
What?
get up on their front legs and kick too. So I don't know what she said, but I don't know. I didn't see
Listen,
anything.
listen to me.
The fight, and that's like 3 seconds. It wasn't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you understand what You're not telling the truth, Mr. Free.
Well, I think what you're reading from me is me responding to a whole bunch of stuff that was said that didn't.
No, what me responding to you is your body English. That's me responding to you because you were putting together this thing, but you said it was here.
Correct. It's in the driveway. It's pretty big.
Well, this isn't a driveway, sir. That's grass. That's what you marked where you were. And you marked where your dog was in the grass. And just a second.
Not the basketball.
No, I asked you where you were. And you said here. And then you just said to me, please read it back. Where were you? And you said, I believe he said he was in the driveway.
Correct, it was in the driveway.
Right. Just a second. Driveway. Eventually, it noodles its way out, sir. The same way it noodles its way out to, my memory is correct, in your answer you wrote down, you saw them for the first time in the street.
On the, what we call a bird. It's a small slope. Not all the way in the street.
No. Here, you see what happens, Mr. Free?
Yeah.
What you just said to me belies credulity.
Well, I'm trying to get
Just a second, but not because, I've lived on this planet almost 80 years. And if I have a choice between walking in the street and walking in that little dip that's designed to take rainwater away, I don't walk in that thing because I'll get killed. I'll break my legs. And you certainly don't walk in this little thing if you're walking two dogs and a child. You don't walk in that little drain that's carved out here to take rainwater away. You walk either on the grass, on everybody's grass, or you walk in the street. And you, sir, would have me believe that the plaintiff walked all the way around the block, walking on people's grass. Other than that, she would have to be in the street and decide, well, I think I'm going to go up on the grass in this guy's house. What?
Sometimes it's unavoidable, so I'm not saying that at all.
Sir, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
You're going to pay her vet bills. Your dog was out of your control and was in the street, not on your grass. In the street. You had no control over your dog, an 80-pound puppy. Now, the dog could have just playfully knocked over the 3-year-old and hurt the 3-year-old. Could have. Didn't. Got into a scuffle with a dog approximately the same size. Her dog was leashed, within her control. Your dog, you had to run from where you were putting this together and come and get your dog.
Your Honor,
That's what you say.
The dog under control doesn't manage to do 2 jump kicks and a bite.
No, just a second, sir. You can do that if you're on a leash. Her dog never left her hand.
Your Honor, the injury was to the hind feet of the dog.
This isn't, Mr. Free, this is,
Okay.
Maybe your wife lets you get away with that, sir. I don't. This is not a tap dance. This is not a recital or a rehearsal. You made a picture of where you said this happened. I don't believe you. That's what it's about. I believe that this occurred on a public street, and on the public street, you had no control of your dog. You decided to let your dog stay outside. You haven't had any trouble with your dog before, so you wouldn't have anticipated that your dog would run out into the street, because if your dog ran out into the street and a car hit it and killed it, whose fault would that be?
That would definitely be mine.
That would definitely be yours, right? Do you think that you might sue the person who hit your dog? You might try. You might try. You might say, oh my God, they should have been going slower. Oh my God. You understand? You're the owner. Dogs are animals. They're not as smart as you are. But when your dog charged out into the street, it could just as easily have gotten hit by a car. That would have been your fault. But under those circumstances, you would have said it's the car's fault. Your dog was out in a public street outside of your control, and it's a big dog, and you should be more careful. You want to keep your dog outside while you're putting something together, and keep the dog on your property, put down a stake, put the dog on a lead, and let the dog stay outside with you. But if you let a 12-month-old, 80-pound dog run loose and it runs into the street, you, sir, are responsible for the consequences. What was your vet bill?
It was $1,832.64.
Judgment for the plaintiff. We're finished. Thank you. This court is adjourned.
I don't think that I was 100% responsible.
I'm glad it was swift and easy. honestly.
From my perspective, it lasted for about 3 seconds.
I was trying to fight with this man
You
for a
said
while.
what now?
That is over.
You say what?
It's been a long day, boy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was kind of traumatizing, especially since I had a 3-year-old with me, and I had to quickly think and just pick him up before the dog got home.
Are you going to a car shop? Are you buying a car?
No, I was gonna buy my brother's
So,
car,
as you know,
but
we have 2 large, pretty
it would just be
docile golden retrievers at
time-consuming,
home
and
that
I
are
just
now
got
8
a
and
new
12
job,
years
and I'm
old.
like,
But even
okay,
when you
I
have
really
family
do
that comes
want
over,
my car
or
back,
friends
so
with
I
little
just
children that are
went ahead and
curious,
just
that
I'm
like to come
gonna
up and claw
apply
the ears a
for
little or
a
play with
Firestone
them.
card
Just be careful. They're 80
here
and
in,
90 pound dogs. We've never once had a
pay that
problem
off as
with
quickly as
either of them.
possible.
And you just never know. You can't control a dog that's 90 pounds, but they're just big. They could knock them over by accident with their tail. Just so excited. So you have to be
Oh
careful. You
man,
have a
yeah.
responsibility.
My sister is going through something with her car too. She just got a brand new car, and somebody done totaled it out. She only had it for like 2 months. They hit it from the back. The person driving it had no insurance. I don't even know what to tell her, because it's like $11,000.
Wouldn't that be the person that rears in the person that person's fault, even if they don't have insurance?
That's what I'm saying. Still sue them, right?
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, that's against the law.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell her. I feel.
Pursue a lawsuit on that, because there's no reason if you rear in somebody you don't have insurance, like that shouldn't be coming out of your pocket.
Yeah, that's against the law. Like, I know when I was switching insurance, the DMV hit me straight up. You got 14 days or your registration will be revoked. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go across the street and go to Firestone. Yeah, man. I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm gonna take you right here, if you don't mind. All right, man. You have a great day, Justin.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.